Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I recently uploaded the video on the Repainted Halloween 2 head sculpt from Trick or Treat Studios, and in the past I've repainted the other ones as well, and in some cases added hair, which I'll show you close up better in a little while, but I added some kind of devil horns to this one. But all head sculpts have been repainted, and all the coveralls are custom coveralls, not the ones that you get with the Tots figures, and just using a variety of sort of stands and little magnets that I was able to get on Etsy. I think it's Sinister Gifts. It's been a while since I mentioned them, that they do some really good stuff. But I just wanted to show all three together, having recently finished the 1981 Halloween 2 sculpt. So I thought it'd be interesting to see all three together, and I cannot wait to get Halloween Kills Michael Myers and do some work on him. But for now, these are three of my absolute favourites: the 2018, the 1978 and the 1981. So drop a like on the video, hope you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333. Alright, now with the original, the 78, which was the first 1/6 scale figure released by Trick or Treat Studios and blew me away, and many other people too, with arguably one of the very best 78 Myers 1/6 scale sculpts on the planet now. I had some fun with it when I repainted it, kept it pretty simple, but I did add some horns and a little kind of swoosh going off to the side at the top there, but mainly added some horns. You can see on that main one on his right there, like the second horn down, it actually snapped off and I had to just glue it back on. But I intend to fully redo the horns on this sculpt, because to be honest I did rush it because I was just really excited to do it and, you know, just get the video done and show you folks how it looked, and probably should have spent more time on them, but I can always go back and do them again, which I definitely will at some point. But there's a particular shot in the original movie once he's come up the stairs behind them when she's assuring the kids that she's killed him or she's taken care of it. And little Tommy says you can't kill the boogeyman. Then you get that really iconic shot of him by the drapes or the Venetian blinds or whatever you call it on the window. And he's just standing there in the shadows looking super creepy. But then once they start getting the hell out of there, he slowly starts to move forward at the top of the landing by the stairs, and you get that kind of angle in the dark from like down looking up at him as he's walking forward, and you can definitely make out some of those devil horns. So I really wanted to add them to this, and it made a hell of a difference, I think. What do you think? Chime in by all means. That's what the comment section is for. Let me know what you're thinking. I just put a bit of white paper behind the head so you can really see the horns. Now I definitely think they're a bit much at the moment. They're a little bit silly, a bit extreme. I definitely need to go back and finesse things. I'll probably leave that little one at the top. I like that one. But the main horns, maybe leave the one, that bottom one, the curly one there. I quite like that. But I mean, he is super lit right now. There's lights pointing right at him, and the ones on the ceiling beaming down on him as well. He's very brightly lit. But yeah, I will go back and redo the horns. But you get the idea. You can imagine if they were a little bit more to your liking. Maybe you like the way they are now, but me personally, you know, they're not quite to my liking, and I did it. So I don't know. Yeah, just needs to be redone. Some of them anyway. But that's fine. I'm sure they'll be better the second time round. But I just wanted to show you a bit more clearly with the white background. He's a horny little devil. Now I often look at this 2018 sculpt and I love the sculpt, like they nailed it. But sometimes I look at this setup and I think, is his neck too long? And I was really thinking about that, because it does kind of look a bit long for some reason. But then when you take it off the body, and you just rest it down for a minute. It's not that long at all. It's perfect, really. So the neck is not too long, so I don't know what's bugging me about it. But something always is slightly, I'm not sure. Just, yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be any lower, because I always want to see a bit of the flesh from his neck between the mask and the t-shirt underneath. That's important. You need to be able to see a little bit of his neck. But now it looks alright. I don't know, sometimes it's just, maybe the collar is doing some kind of weird illusion. Or maybe not. Either way, I absolutely love this. So these coveralls are by Tanila, who actually designs the coveralls for the Tots figures, but these are actually handmade by her, and they are possibly slightly bigger, because this is a bigger body and they fit really well. But they are amazing. And I've added the bullet holes and the blood, a fair bit of weathering. However, the other two are both by Yunsil, and I wouldn't mind having the 2018s made by Yunsil just to complete, the set kind of thing. But Magnus, bless him, he's not a big fan of the 2018 film, so when I mentioned it to him, because I had hope, because once Yunsil announced they were doing the H2s, I thought, oh wow, so maybe we can get some H40s out of her. But he says he doesn't really think, he doesn't see it happening because he's not a fan of the film, and I guess if he doesn't want it to happen, it's not happening. But Magnus, if you see this, or someone who knows Magnus, hear our prayer. We really do need some H40 Yunsil coveralls, man. It would be just nice to have them to go along with these two here. I think that would be the next logical choice if Yunsil was to do a third, bunch of coveralls from one of the Halloween movies. Obviously, Yunsil done the 78s, Yunsil did the 81, and I think, for me, I think the third most in demand would be the H40s. I could be wrong. Maybe the Rob Zombie ones. Also, that could easily be number 3, or maybe the number 2 choice. I'm not sure. That's a good one for the comments. What 3 Michael Myers coveralls would you like to see Yunsil? Obviously, I think it's a lady. I keep going to say she, but I'm not sure. I just remember Odell was on Stiff Richard's YouTube channel on a podcast, and I swear he said it was a lady, but I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, let me know what 3, hypothetically, imagine these ones don't exist yet, what would be the 3 Michael Myers coveralls you'd like to see Yunsil make? Height wise, it's kind of okay. I'm looking at the Dick Warlock Myers there. He was apparently the shortest guy to ever play Myers, but he looks exactly the same size as the 78 here, and he should be a little bit shorter. So Nick Castle was 5'10", James Dew Courtney's 6'3", but I don't know exactly how tall Dick Warlock was at the time of making the movie, so can't be sure about that. But I mean, it's close enough height wise. They're pretty accurate. The 2018 figure is definitely taller than the other two, and if I bring over my 2007 Tyler Mane Rob Zombie Michael Myers for a minute and put him beside the 2018, I think he's an accurate scale compared to James Dew Courtney, so let me just go grab him. Yep, he's definitely bigger than the 2018. Now, I remember seeing a clip on YouTube around the time the 2007 Halloween was being released, and someone was interviewing Rob Zombie and mentioned about how huge Tyler Mane was, and he said something like he was 6'8" or something like that, and then Rob Zombie corrected him and said he was even bigger than that, closer to 7 foot maybe. I know that might sound ridiculous, but he really was a huge Myers. I'm not sure, folks, someone out there might know, but the point is, it's a pretty, let's say so. I mean, if James Dew Courtney as Myers is 6'3", and he's meant to be about 6'9", maybe 7 foot with the boots on, and the mask, you know, because I've got the crazy hair going at the moment. Usually I've got the hair on this guy a bit more neat and tidy, but I was looking at some pictures from the movie and there's times when it gets pretty messed up looking, so that's how I got it at the moment. But I think that's about right. Scale wise and proportions, he's huge. I've shown this before in other videos, but I do love this angle. It really reminds me of the moment when he stops and turns and starts walking down towards that garage or the shed where he picks up the hammer in that long shot. It just looks exactly like it, you know, all the little details in the sculpt, the hair, the shape of the hair, and obviously, you know, didn't do too bad a job repainting it. It looks pretty cool. There's some different tones going on. I would definitely do it better now. Sometimes I get tempted to buy another one and sell this one and do the repaint again, because there's a totally different, you know, bunch of techniques I would use now. This was, you know, very, you know, cross your fingers and hope for the best kind of thing when I went in doing this, and whereas now I'd be a lot more confident with it. But I do love this angle when I changed out the knife. Not sure, was he holding the knife in that moment I'm talking about? No, he wasn't. He wasn't holding anything, was he? Okay, so I got that wrong, because he goes and picks up the hammer and does in the lady, picks up the kitchen knife from where she was making a sandwich, I think it was. Anyway, I'm rambling. Point is, I love this angle and I think it looks very movie accurate from here. What do you think? Just give you a few more seconds of this. For those of you that are interested, I will soon be getting the chance to review a incredible 1/6 scale custom Batman Begins head sculpt by OT Customs on Instagram. So I think it shipped out today, so I'm very much looking forward to showing you that, folks. Other than, you know, Halloween, Batman Begins is one of my absolute passions when it comes to collecting. So keep it locked on the channel for that. Make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on the new videos. I love that angle, man. I can't show it enough. I just think it looks really, really good. Spent a while messing around with the direction of the lighting and stuff, just trying to get it to bounce right off the right parts of the mask. Basically, most of the light is coming from the opposite side where you're looking at, so it's kind of highlighting around the edges. And I've got a little bit of light coming from in the front, from down below, catching his cheek and his chin. Not too overly lit. Nice and creepy looking. And I've put some of the others in some angles as well that I really like. I like this one for the H2. Just catch a little bit of his eye in there as well. Looks very, very evil. Yep. And then from Myers from 78, same thing again, got the light coming from the opposite side, just catching the side of his mask that's further away from us, and then kind of dark shadow running down the center of his face. But that's a pretty nice angle. I mean, that is just an incredible sculpt, isn't it? I mean, I was so happy for everybody when this came out, because so many people would love to have a 78 Michael Myers in their collection, and so many people did for so many years. I managed to get my hands on quite a few cool pieces from the custom side of things, but not everyone can do that, and this was so affordable when it was first released. I mean, obviously what we're looking at here is not that, it's the sculpt, but I've repainted things, it's on different coveralls, I've added horns, you know, it's different, but you know, the sculpt is there. And if you use the Revel paints that I was talking about when I did the video on this one, so you can check that out to find out more about the Revel paint, but that's what I use, and I don't have any problem with, you know, sort of telltale signs that it's been repainted. You get a very nice finish with that particular paint. And I know I'm going to get comments, but like I said, folks, honestly, just skim through this video if you don't want to watch the whole thing, but I do show it on the screen exactly what kind of paints I'm talking about. And I think later on in the video, towards the end, I showed some footage in the garage, and you can see around him on the surface that he was on the other kind of paints I use. But Revell model paints, little blue square tubs, you can find them on Amazon, on eBay, that kind of thing. But I've repainted all of these heads with that particular type of paint. Damn, that looks so good, that one. Damn it. Ugh, it looks so evil. I'll have a little pause here and think if there's anything else I wanted to show you or anything else I wanted to say, but I really just wanted to show you all three of the repainted heads together. I'm very happy with the results. I've got my phone, so there is a bit here, like I was saying in the video for the H2, where you can see the Revell paints I'm talking about, and some of the other ones as well. But that's in, yeah, like I say, the video for this guy. And just give you a quick look at the H2, but not too much because I've already done a big video on that. You can see that. In all kinds of different lighting. I took it in the garage, took it outdoors in the daylight, in here with the moody lighting, everything. So check out the video for this guy that just went up before this one, and enjoy. And that's pretty much it, folks. Just wanted to show them all together. I've done that now, so I will let you go. And drop a like on the video for me, do me that favor. It just helps more people find this video. It might be inspirational to some of the collectors out there who are new to the horror collecting game. They might want to look into some of the coveralls stuff. And also, like I say, I've got a lot of custom weapons. The 78 knife, just make it a bit brighter for you, that's by Shadow Fergo on Instagram. And I believe this knife here is actually the one that came with these coveralls from Tanila. I believe it was her husband Dave who made that. And yeah, the scalpel here is the one from the Trick or Treat Studios figure, but I am waiting for a real one by Shadow Fergo for the Halloween 2 figure, as well as some other stuff as well. So I'll show you the new custom weapons once they show up. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, folks. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll be back with you soon. I've got some stuff on the way, and I'll be bringing you some more reviews soon, and some interesting videos for Freddy Krueger fans as well. So yeah, keep it locked, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.